And this final question is actually for the Keymakers. It's from a female 7. And she said, I've been on my journey for 2 years now, and I found it difficult to be around most people. But now I understand the importance of connection. How can I break down this wall? And I'll turn this over to the Keymakers. My only response to that is join ambassador training. I mean, jump in. I mean, this is an opportunity for you to get in with others that are not like judging you. And you can even sit back for a bit and just observe and hold space. And there's someone that is going to be close enough to where you're at that you're going to find a harmonic balance with, to where you'll be able to easily start to communicate with them first, as what we would say is possibly a gateway to you beginning to communicate with others, and seeing that, you know, it's not always that. Well, I guess as someone told me a long time ago, if you're looking for a book, go to a library. It sounds like common sense, but at times we can look for certain things, but look in the wrong places. So generally, if you're saying, I'm not finding anybody that's conscious, but you're at the strip club, this doesn't make any sense. So what happens is you have to go where the people are that you're looking for. And the earth has 9 billion people. So there's going to be a space that you fit in perfectly. And it's just a good job to act, or good thing to see what's right in front of you. And hey, here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the Keymakers. Any final advice? Any final questions and comments, especially even related to any of those questions that also were asked towards the end, if you had some extra insights?
No, I was going to go back to the last question about being in a space where you're not finding people around you that you feel like you resonate with, and stepping into stages of consciousness. And as we change our dynamic and change our reality, you know, there are parts of that process where you lose your reference point. So what was, you know, comfortable, you could always go to this, it doesn't hold the same level of comfort or satisfaction. It just doesn't do it anymore. Or you're, you know, because you're shifting yourself. And, you know, our whole conversations, particularly with ambassador training, sovereignty mentorship, but just in general, are about stepping into a level of adepthood, right? Adulthood sovereignty, where you get to create your reality the way you want it to be. And we live in such a powerful time. We have technology. We can get on these calls. We can jump into conversations and groups, you know, with people that resonate with what we're trying to create for ourselves. So, you know, I have a course, and in my course, that's one of the modules is creating that, you know, that circle around you, you know, who, you know, particularly people coming through trauma. Sometimes you got to create that internal dialogues. And there's so many wonderful resources that we can access through the technologies and through our connections, even in this space where we're not connected, but understanding energetically that we are on some level even more connected with tribe. A lot of the people you've never even met, but you have a connection that's even more profound sometimes than some of the people that you're actually, you know, physically engaging with. And so to just allow that process to unfold, it's not an urgency, it's not a problem, you know, don't judge it. It just is what it is. And then be active in bringing in the connections and the resources that are going to benefit you as you continue to move forward.
Beautiful, beautiful, sister. I would like to add to that as well, to the number 7. I mean, the 7s are coming with it today. Last week it was the 8s. I don't know, maybe when we come back, it might be the 6s, who knows? But what I will say, I can't emphasize this enough with the 7s, is to tell your story. You know, like for me, I said this on Keymakers season 1. Someone asked a question about isolation and being introverted and things of that nature. A 7 loves to be introverted. There's nothing like peace when we have it and obtain it. You know, like when a 7 obtains real peace and goes within, there's nothing like it. And you don't want to deal with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you're everything. So it's like, why would I want to miss out on this? But you have to come down from that and realize that you're in a real world. Like for me, I love my time. I love my peace. I just love me. You know what I mean? I love going inside. But the real thing is that you have people around that need your physical connection. They need that physical connection. You as well need that physical connection, because if you're not growing and meeting with other people, then you're missing out on the big scheme of things. And so as a 7 trying to figure out things, I mean, for me, going through my transition, I decided to tell a story, which is a great quality of a 7. Tell your story to other people and you'll attract that entire world that you're looking for. Like Savon got on going in here and was like, look, I went through something, breaking the code through the matrix, and sent it out. And he found a whole entire community. You know what I mean? And so tell your story. I can't emphasize that enough. And create something. Like in my area, I felt that I couldn't relate to other people. So I created a meetup group. It's simple things that you can get online and do, like, hey, type it on the computer. You got that at your disposal. Is anyone experiencing this? I need to know, and somebody just might respond to you on the other side. So that's the thing, is that, like, that's how you find your community. And to just skip everything, you can also join Ambassadors Training as well. I mean, we're the same exact people that you're looking for. So just don't forget that, is that, like, don't get caught up too much into yourself internally that you miss out on everything around you, because what's going on internally is always going to reflect externally if you seek that. So I just wanted to add that.
Also, real quickly, I wanted to make sure regarding the 7, we're very empathic, very psychic, so which means that the lonely, the wanting to be alone, wanting to be a hermit, is because, like, when other people come around you, you can read. Like when the mind reading comes in, the feeling of, like, if someone's angry and you're not careful, you'll feel it in your body, because, like, your body less, you tend to basically soak up other energies around you. So what are your practices? When I took the university, I mean, Savon, when I took the university, semester 1, and he went into how to protect your field, how, when we first start, and, with the awakening and not being able to, basically it was like really information overload. I can feel people's emotions. I can, like if they were angry, if they were sad, whatever it was, and I didn't know what it was. So now, learning how to, clean your filters, and, even how to maintain your vibrations, these are things that you need to learn and practice, having that solid foundation, so that when you are ready to go out into the world, you're protected. So, things like, understanding energy and how to balance that out, so that you don't just soak in or give out, like, with the empathy, when you feel people's energy, like, me, I tend to want to take care of people. So therefore, where's the balance in that? Learning how to do that so that you don't drain your energy. So it's very important to learn and master, like, yourself, how to regulate, what energy comes in and out. That's why, one of the things is, like, if somebody is not serving you, that if that energy is not serving you, you really want to be mindful, because we are friendly. You want to be mindful who comes into your field, because then, people will take your energy without, even them knowing or you knowing, and you'll get tired. And that's why you may not want to be near a lot of people. And you'll also find that they're attracted to you. So again, because you're very psychic, because you're very empathic and all of that. So, learning how to protect your field, like, how, like, what the whole toothpaste, water, incense, your tools, my tool belt helped me for the past 3 years against Savon. Just being mindful, again, like everybody's saying, like, I learned it at Ambassador Training. So, Ambassador Training in the university. So join us. There's a lot of 7s here, by the way. Wholeness.
Also, go ahead, brother.
Brothers. Well, just to tap into something that connects us all is the breath. That's I'm outside and the wind is going, whipping out here and kicking it with trees. But the breath is so important for all of us. Like it's like that's just what's coming through. I'm gonna take my time and, like I said, just a quick bit, just how this is one of the animating forces to fill yourself up. It increases your intuitivity. It increases your energy field, increases the aura, increases your ability to communicate with the higher self. It increases so much. This Tantra, again, we tap into the university, we have those courses as well and elsewhere as well. But this is one of those topics that, it's here, but it's not really remembered as a tool because it's clear. So, but the air, the prana, you want to really truly get into this space, you have to use this prana. We in the pranayama, like open these nostrils, and Sister Neva was coming in, through the breeze, and I was like, remember these nadis, like inhale, like breathe. When anytime is the perfect time to breathe. When you feel the breeze, breathe. But one of these nodes to tap it into one of these to the elements, and the air is definitely one of those.
Wholeness. I wanted to just chime in on what Sister Deyes was saying. It's so important, like, as for sevens to protect themselves. And also, I wanted to chime in as well with the ambassadors training and sovereignty mentorship, because I gave out some advice on Meetup. We got the geolocation now. So, they haven't shut the parks down just yet. So, go ahead and get in there and see who's in your area, and, go on a little picnic or something and catch up, because this is where your people are at. So I just wanted to add that. Give thanks.
Giving thanks, tribe. Actually, I almost forgot about the geolocation. I'm already on the geo chat and I was reading something last night. It was just talking about how, some people, once they get done with something, they enjoy it for just a moment and then they're off to the next thing. And while others, they're able to savor it a bit more longer. Well, today was a very interesting day, to say the least. I know that oftentimes through these processes that some of the greatest levels of clarity come through. I've literally had times where I say, well, I don't know how this one's going to go, and go into it and it'd be the best one. And I feel like today will be like that for many beings that are looking for certain levels of confirmation. Sometimes we could be a bit repetitive. Repetition is how we learn things at times. And it is for you to finally consistently get those clear answers and those truths of what you need to get you to the next stage. You don't have to be lonely. Remember, you're never lonely. You have the breath, you have the water, you all have the most powerful things sustaining you. When you're looking for guides, hey, those are the best guides. They've been helping you all the way through this process. So never forget, just because they're not talking to you in English and, appearing as, a brief cloud over your bedroom and all that theatrics, it still just requires that you breathe in and that you still yourself and relax. It's really similar to like how nature, it has a lot of things in there, but you never really see it until you're actually still enough. And then you hit that vibration, and then it starts to move around you and show you itself, because you're not, freaking out and not in this desperation, right?